So in today's video, I'm going to show you about 7 different must-have cases for the new iPad Air 4. Prices on these range from about $10 up to about $27. So pretty affordable cases. I'll leave a link in the description below with current pricing and more information on each of the cases covered in this video. So let's go ahead and get started. Now the first case up is by Moco, and this is a super slim case. It's a flexible TPU shell. The only downside of this case is when you try to use the Touch ID on the power button, it doesn't really work that good. So I don't know if the case is just covering up too much of the power button or what, but that's just something to keep in mind if you're wanting this case. Now it comes in 2 different colors, black and twilight blue, but on both versions, you can see on the back, it is transparent. And of course, another downside of this case is it attracts a lot of fingerprints. But then again, this one is only $10. So if you just want a cheap case that's gonna prevent scratches on the back, then yeah, you may wanna consider this one. You can see the cutouts look pretty decent there on the top for the speakers, but like I said, I think it covers a little bit too much of the power button up. Volume buttons are covered by the TPU material there on the side, and nice oversized cutout on the bottom for the charging port. It does have a nice cutout there on the back for the rear-facing camera. However, it's not really thick enough to protect it from getting scratches. And it's got just enough screen protection. Normally, I wouldn't recommend a case like this that has a couple issues, but for only 10 bucks, it still feels really nice to use. Next case up is the Poetic Turtle Skin series, and this one's almost like a flexible silicone material, but you can see it's super thick around the edges. Cool thing is about this kind of case is it's got slots for the speakers so that when it's playing, they're directed straight at you instead of off to the sides. And it really just makes it sound a lot better in my opinion. Nice thing is they made the cutout for the Touch ID on the power button a lot larger, so it's really easy to use. Nice oversized cutout for the charging port as well. And definitely some of the easiest volume buttons to use on a case for the iPad. You can also see just how thick this case is by the cutout there on the back for the rear-facing camera. So you're going to get a ton of screen protection on this one. Overall, this is definitely one of the best rugged cases you can get for the iPad Air 4 from Poetic. Next case up is by Z2 Top. These guys are actually making some really interesting cases lately. This one's got sort of a unique plastic backing where it really doesn't add much weight to it. And this one even rotates. Now the volume buttons are covered by that plastic material on the side, but they actually seem to work really good. Then you get the power button and charging port exposed on top and bottom, along with the speakers. Also has an elastic strap to keep everything together, plus a built-in pocket for the front cover. Unfortunately, this doesn't seem to have the automatic wake and sleep function, so I'm not sure if you have to turn that on somewhere or it just doesn't have it. You've also got a strap on the inside of the cover and a couple different angles to choose from. You've also got a spot here on the side for an Apple Pencil. Overall, this is a pretty solid folio case by Z2 Top. Next case up is by Ditto, and this one's also a folio style case, a little bit different style than the previous one. This one also has a spot for an Apple Pencil. Similar to the other case I just showed, volume buttons are covered up by the TPU material. Luckily there's a cutout for the power button and speakers, so you can easily use the Touch ID. Nice cutouts on the bottom for the charging port and speakers as well. And the nice thing about this one is you get a built-in kickstand that locks into place on these little grooves on the front cover through magnets. So yeah, overall, this is a really nice case by Ditto, and it really has a nice soft touch material on the outside. Now the next case up is by Supveco, which is kind of a weird name. I've never heard of this brand. And this one actually feels really high quality. It's got a rubberized texture here on the inside. Definitely gives it a nice premium feel. The part that it snaps into sort of feels like a silicone or TPU material. Not only that, it's got a spot for an Apple Pencil. Now the power buttons are covered up by that TPU material there on the side, but the nice thing is the power button is exposed, so you can use the Touch ID pretty easily. Nice cutouts for the speakers on top and bottom as well, and the charging port. It even has a pencil holder down here at the bottom. And then as far as angles go, you can choose pretty much any angle you want when in the stand position. Overall, this is a really nice folio style case, and it even has a unique look to it. And the last case up is a heavy duty case by Z2 Top. This one even has a built-in screen protector. Nice thing is if you don't like this kind of built-in screen protector, you could probably just pop it right out. You just gotta be careful that you don't break it. Once you get it snapped in around the edges, it does add a little bit of weight to it, and this one's gonna add a lot of protection. There's even a cutout here on the side for an Apple Pencil. Or if you have a cheap one like I do, it still seems to pop right into place. Nice oversized cutout for the power button, so you can get to the Touch ID fairly easily. And then volume buttons are covered up by the TPU material there on the side, which seems to work really good as well. You do have a flap here on the bottom for the charging port. Nice cutouts on the top and bottom for speakers. Besides having really good screen protection on this one, you've also got a built-in kickstand on the back. Overall, this is a really nice, affordable, heavy-duty case by Z2 Top. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.